Given all the news with R. Kelly and the sex abuse scandal within the Catholic Church, parents need to know the warning signs to protect their children.
So this morning, we're meeting a mom who's hoping to do her part to end child sex abuse after this epidemic impacted her family. We've got Tania Haigh here from Paxa to chat more. Hello and good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, this is such an important cause. Can you tell us just how you came to be a part of this?
Absolutely. So this child sex abuse epidemic has impacted our family, and since we launched our nonprofit Parents Against Child Sex Abuse at the end of 2017, we've had scores of extended family members, friends of friends, share with us their personal stories, things that they've never shared with other individuals about their trauma as children and being sexually abused. So we felt that parents are not in the conversation when it comes to child sex abuse, and we really want parents not to be blindsided by it, help save their children before they're also victims in their 20s and they're coming out and expressing what's happened. So we launched our charity to help parents know what to do and how to save their children sooner rather than later.
And it seems like speaking out about this, like you're saying, is allowing more people to feel open talking to you about it or talking to anyone that needs to come forward and kind of speak out.
Absolutely. So the Me Too movement has helped this cause tremendously. It first started with believing the adults that have survived from this, and now we really want parents and adults who believe children when it's happening. Oftentimes children are not believed when they come forward. So we really want to rally parents and other individuals who want to protect children that start believing them when they start communicating it much younger.
And it's just this huge stigma in terms of how you talk to your kids about something like this. I mean, you want to protect them, you know, they're these perfect angels, so you don't want to taint them or make them afraid of things in our world. Let's talk about some of these statistics. It's affecting a lot of families. 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 5 boys are abused.
That's right. So it is more common in the statistics. I know it's hard to wrap your head around it, but when you just put it in context of the block that you live in or the condo building or apartment building that you're in, count up the children, break down the statistics, and it is happening all around us. And it's just heartbreaking.
Yes, it is.
And 90% of the time, it's someone that they know.
Right. So make it like, let's make this even like just more terrible. You think that, oh, it could be someone that's going to snatch up your child. But more often than not, it's happening by somebody that we know and trust that's coming into our homes. It's someone that we trust is happening under our noses. They are hiding in plain sight, these predators.
Okay, so just as a parent, this is it feels overwhelming. So how do you open up this discussion? How do you get going?
Yes, we've had this conversation with many parents who approach us and saying, my parents never talked to me about my body, about anything sexual. I don't even know how I'm going to start this with my child. Our belief is that as soon as a child is verbal, maybe around 2 years old, to start educating them about the proper names of their body parts, not some cute name, like the real, educate them about their bodies, what's okay touch, what's bad touch, and that mommy and daddy or whomever is the caretaker will believe them if somebody's touching them in a way that makes them uncomfortable. So start encouraging, and you as a parent have to be brave and have courage.
It's brave.
And you have to, and it is our duty as parents, or else we're doing our children a disservice. If they can't fend for themselves, how are they going to know? It's just going to feel like it's normal behavior. It's not.
What age would you start this conversation?
As soon as they can talk and communicate. So depends on, you know, kind of how verbal, but maybe I'd say around 2. You have to start young, because if you get to them by 8 or whenever you feel it's appropriate, there's a chance that they may have already been abused or sexually touched by a predator, an adult.
And what are the signs that people need to look out for?
Okay, so to answer this question fairly, every child up until age 18 has different stages where their behavior physically or verbally could be different, and or emotionally how it might manifest that they've been sexually abused. So what we've provided are kind of more general ways of like signs to look out for. Okay, so should we get started with what they are?
The first one's fear.
Okay, fear. So oftentimes, again, kids are already kind of indicating that they're scared of an individual. They're reluctant to be around a relative member, a family member, or going to a specific location like you name it, like their preschool. They're already rejecting where you might be taking them. Sometimes it comes out in terrible tantrums. It just depends at their age how they might.
So you have to think about why.
Yeah, just dig into that. Like, what's happening? Why are they acting like this? Don't ignore it.
Yeah, the second one is bedtime.
Oh my goodness. So bedtime. Unfortunately, when child sex abuse is happening under our noses, it can be in our homes, in their kids' bedrooms. It could be in other people's homes in their bedrooms. Bedtime can also manifest in like trouble sleeping, nightmares, not to be confused with night terrors, night sweats. Like their bodies are reacting to this terrible trauma, and their bedtime and sleeping can be disrupted.
Okay, and sexual behavior?
Sexual behavior, sometimes you hear the term kids are hypersexualized. So remember, kids are being manipulated and predators are teaching them things that kids should not be knowing about, and it's often like a game. So depending on their age, the way they might be coming out, inappropriate grabbing or touching or being hypersexual sexual in high school could be some cues.
Yeah, and we have two more, eating habits and then regressed behavior.
Right, so sometimes, again, if you think about even as adults, when something's impacting us, we have a broken heart, we're going through something terrible, it affects our eating patterns. Same thing with a child. And then regressed behavior, you'll see that language. That basically means is that no matter what the age, they kind of go backwards. So potty issues, bedwetting, wanting a lot of mom or dad hypercleanness. They want to sleep with a parent to feel that comfort and be safe. Those are some kind of general points. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in and sharing this.
Yeah.
A really, really good resource and something we all need to be talking about.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
For more info, just log on to paxa.online. And Tanya, I'm assuming people can go there and find tips to talk to your children.
Yes, we are hooked up with information on our website.